Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series, the Deluxe Captain America Sam Wilson figure from Marvel Studios' Captain America Brave New World. So finally, I've got it. We've already taken a look at the Red Hulk and the Falcon figure, both of which happened before Christmas. And here we are, January 2nd. I just received Captain America from Amazon. I believe all three are in stock right now. Entertainment Earth, I think, still has Falcon in stock. And then Big Bad Toy Store is going to be processing pre-orders for all three here soon. So if you're looking to pick them up, I'll have links in the video description below. But we have Captain America, and to be honest with you, the package presentation looks the best out of all three. Just because the red and blues, it looks really good. There's like no wasted background space inside there. They used up every bit of plastic space to fill it in. You see the wings in the background. So very cool. So I'm excited. Let's go ahead and open this up. Let's take a look at Captain America, Sam Wilson. Forgot to look at the package first, but we got the artwork there of Sam, Anthony Mackie there on the back with the full helmeted look, which is cool. And then the bio reads, after carrying the mantle of Captain America for a few years, Sam Wilson must use his intelligence and make new allies to stop a force unlike any he's seen before. Dun, dun, dun. Let's go into it, and let's get Captain America out of the package. Again, I just want to take the time out to say thank you to everyone that has shown support and love for the channel, whether you've watched, whether you've liked, whether you've hit the dislike button, whatever the case may have been. We hit the goal of 50,000 subscribers by the end of 2024, so starting 2025 off on such a great start. I truly appreciate all of you guys. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. If you're new here or if you've been here from the beginning, I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and get on to the review. All right, so I got the Captain America figure out of the package right out the gate. I set this up, to kind of recreate the poster. You would have seen that kind of in the previous clip there. But yeah, there we go. So I'm very happy with this. I was surprised to see there are I was going to say a couple of new reused parts from the previous Sam Wilson Captain America, but it's really just the lower legs and the feet. I'd have to check. Maybe the knees also, maybe not. But the rest of the legs and the arms and all of that stuff is going to be new. So there's not a whole lot of reuse there, which I'm happy about. But I guess it would make sense that the boots could be the same, because while the suit may look different, I think those components of the suit probably need to be the same, unless Wakanda just like gave them a whole new suit. I don't know. I'm probably rambling on. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the figure. I'm very happy with it. I have not put the wings together yet. I will actually do that on camera in this next clip to see, how large they are, but there are some pretty big pieces, so I think they're going to be very large, and I think we get a couple more points of articulation on these compared to like the Joaquin Torres Falcon figure, which is good. Just like the Falcon figure, we do get a nice silver paint on the wings, thank goodness. It's not that cheap plastic looking, because Red Wing, or whatever this one would be called, this has that really cheap gray plastic that I absolutely hate. They tried to give it like a silver look to it, without painting. So what ends up happening is you could see it translucent basically, and it just looks really cheap. So this thing, just looks cheap. I don't like it. And it looks like this is the same one that we had gotten previously with the Sam Wilson, because it's got that peg hole there, because the Build-A-Wing set had that clip piece where you can have it so it's kind of floating around also. We do not get that same clip set up here, so you can't kind of have this floating off like the previous one did, so that's unfortunate. We get two backpack pieces here. One, of course, is so you can have the wings, and then one is so the wings are folded up in kind of deal there, and then a little bit of silver paint, a little bit of blue paint, but otherwise just kind of this flat gray. And then there's a peg hole there in the front, because the Captain America shield has this the dreaded C-clip and peg system, which I absolutely hate. And look at that plastic piece in there, is the absolute cheap looking plastic, similar to this. The shield itself is nice though. It's thicker than the previous shield that we had gotten before, and it's different obviously because the previous one had the strap system in there. This one has the C-clip and peg system because, again, they got to be able to peg it onto the backpack piece. So it makes it actually a thicker shield. It just feels a lot nicer. It's essentially the same design, but the red is a little bit darker. I don't know how to feel about that. I think I kind of like the brighter red a little bit more. It's probably not too noticeable on camera. But yeah, it looks good, but again, just feels a lot better. And then on the backpack piece, you could peg it in, so you can have the backpack on Sam's or the shield on Sam's back. It sticks out pretty far though, but you know, I guess when you're looking at him from the front, it's not terrible. Or look from behind, it's not too bad either. But yeah, it sticks out a bit further than I would have liked, but I guess that's kind of the nature of it. But let's go ahead and zoom in on Sam, and then we'll take a look at the wings and articulation, all that good stuff. Okay, so here's an up-close look at the Sam Wilson figure, and I put the helmeted head on there. This is going to be like high-altitude flying. Obviously, he needs to be able to breathe, so we have a full-on helmeted head on there. I'm going to be real with you guys. This was a major pain in the ass to get this head sculpt on there. Typically, Marvel Legends heads aren't too difficult, but this one required a lot of damn force. I probably could have heated it up, would have made the process a little bit quicker and smoother. Well, probably not quicker, because I would have had to take it, go warm up the water, but, you know, dunk, do all this and that. But it was a pain in the ass, so just a heads up on that. I don't really care for the way it looks, to be honest with you, either. I don't like the shape of the helmet. I think they just didn't do it. They just didn't do it. I don't want to say right. They just didn't do it in a way that looks normal, if that makes sense, right? It just looks a little funky. Like, look at Falcon's head, like, helmet, right? See how it extends out further, like somebody's face? It just seems a little too flat front, if you ask me. Because, like, if you look at Anthony Mackie's head, I mean, could you realistically see a head in there? And that's how it kind of should be, right? It doesn't have to be perfect, but to me, it just seems a little bit off. Just a little unfortunate. As you can see, it's a little bit of a brighter blue compared to his suit, which I think is fine. I think in the movie, the suit, you know, is a little bit darker. I think in toy-wise, you know, ends up looking a little bit of a brighter blue. But other than that, the helmet looks fine. Nothing really going on for it, but I just think Falcon's, you know, came out way better because you get a bigger visor. You can see more of his face. Here, all you can really see is Anthony Mackie's eyes in there. You can't really see anything else. So it's a little unfortunate that, you know, the sidekick is the one that gets the better helmet. But there we go. I'm going to pop this off. Oh, that came off easily, but it doesn't want to go on easily at all. Okay, now that I've had it on there and stretched out, I guess it becomes a little bit easier, although that sits a little high on the neck. So I don't know if I really got it all the way down in there. This is the other head sculpt that comes with the figure out of the package. And there you go. You can see an Anthony Mackie resemblance there as much as you could. You know, we don't get one without the goggles, unfortunately. But this one does look pretty good. You can see his eyes through those lenses, which is cool. We did get one unmasked Anthony Mackie head sculpt. This was in the Captain America 2-pack that came with the Chris Evans, Steve Rogers Captain America, and then this Sam Wilson, unmasked version. So it was kind of a weird one, right? That 2-pack, why we ended up getting it. But we do have this Anthony Mackie head sculpt, and let's go ahead and pop this one off. Pop this one off. Probably should have been a little bit more prepared for that, and let's see if this works. If it doesn't, that will suck, and it'll be ridiculous, and I will think Hasbro did it on purpose. Oh. So it technically pops on there, but is not great. But if you don't move it, then it works. But as you can see there, size-wise, I think works out. Again, it just swivels on there like crazy. But again, it does pop off. So it won't like fall off. It just won't sit on there nicely. But you can still, you know, use the articulation and everything like that. Not a perfect Anthony Mackie likeness, but it's the only one we've got. So, hey, you know, I guess, you know, that works. But let's go ahead and pop that off. Let's go ahead and put this head back on there because that one I like, and that one goes on there nice and easy. Looking at the rest of the figure, suit-wise, is pretty cool. He's got, like, rolled-up sleeves this time around. We get a little bit of a silver color in there for the star, a little bit of stripes kind of on the shoulders and things like that. The back of the figure, not a whole lot going on. The boots are of this red color with a little bit of silver trim on there. And again, these are the only thing that's reused from that previous Captain America figure. You can see the feet and the boots are the same. The suit, like the legs, in fact, while they look similar, they are not the same. So that is different. The hip piece looks a little bit longer. Hopefully that means a little bit of a taller Sam Wilson, because I feel like, you know, it was just a little undersized previously. Looks like the knee pads are the same as well, but the suit design is different. This suit, essentially the same suit or something extremely similar, will also be in the movie, but no action figure for that. And I think that's probably just going to be, you know, the beginning of the movie, the opening sequence or something, and then he'll get the new suit. But there we have it, and those look pretty good. There, the hands may have been reused too, by the way. So there we go. We also get a set of open hands for Sam Wilson. I forgot to mention this earlier, as you can see. So he could be like throwing the shield or something there. So get those hands there. We talked about the different backpack pieces. Oh, I forgot to mention, I already kind of started to put it together. But with the shield, if you don't want to do the backpack thing, you know how I mentioned, like it sticks out really far, you could just port the shield into the back of Sam Wilson also, if that's what you wanted to do. But looking at the wings, let's go ahead and build those out now. So you can see I already put the backpack piece on there. They do say right and left, so you know which one, which side it's going to go on. So we have that there, and this is looking pretty good. Hopefully these actually will say if it's right or left. I don't know if they do. It does not. Maybe there's only one way to do it. Probably. I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to stick that on there. So we got that wing there. That looks good. We're going to get this one here. We're going to stick that wing on there. And bam! So we have this huge wingspan, as you can see there. And that's really good. I will compare it to the Falcons to see if it's bigger and compare it to the previous Captain America figure. See, lengthwise, size-wise, which one's bigger, which one is not. But man, these look really good. Definitely improvement over the ones that we had gotten previously. And I feel like I put these on backwards. I'm going to have to redo that because if this is his back there, should the wings be flared out like that? I don't know if they should. I feel like they shouldn't be. But maybe I'm wrong. I'll have to take a look at that. Let's see. Haha, silly me. It does say right or left on there. So actually, if you pop it out and look at this part right there, there's a little L there. And the other one, there is a right. So you can put them on the right spot. So I definitely had them on the wrong spot. As you can see, the wings kind of fold down. Because when he wears the backpack piece, he wears the wings. Let's put that on. It makes more sense that the wings would kind of curve this way, right? Forward facing. So there we go. So Sam Wilson and all his glory with the wings. I'll have to move the camera back, just to fit it all. But man, that looks really good. I really like that they went the deluxe route this time so we can get the full wings and not have to do the whole build a wing thing, get the whole wave. Like, I would have done it, obviously, because I'm, completist when it comes to Marvel Legends, but it's just nice to get a fully fleshed out figure all in one go as opposed to buying multiples to try and do that. So there we go with the wings. Looks really, really good. Very, very happy with it. And let's see how he compares to Falcon and the previous Captain America figure. Okay, so to start it off, here we have the comparison of the two Captain America figures, the two wings. The old one is in front of the new one, and you could still see the old one behind it, so you could see how much longer they are. It's the same basic design-ish, just more added articulation and just a bigger set. And the great thing, again, silver paint versus the terrible, I hate this cheap plastic look there. So just a better sculpt and better paint all around on the new wings, and they're better. And it sits on his back a little bit more. These wings are all like loose and just like keeps flopping around to the side. So just a better execution all around for sure with this new Sam Wilson figure. So now let's go ahead and take a look at Falcon and see how that compares. And see what I did there? I did another Sam Wilson Falcon instead of Joaquin Torres, just so you can see, where we started to where we've come. And then the actual Falcon from Captain America Brave New World, we've got Joaquin Torres there. And you can see there, wings look pretty good. I think they are definitely going to be smaller in comparison, but that's not to say that they are not big. Yeah, the wingspan is definitely different. They curve up way more than the Captain America ones, but they're definitely not the same length. We probably get an inch on either side longer on the wings, so that is a huge difference. But there is our side-by-side comparison of Sam Wilson and Joaquin Torres Falcon. So big improvement there. And then let's go ahead and knock this side-by-side comparison out of the way. We've got our Red Hulk figure, and you could see the big size comparison, the big size difference between Sam and Thunderbolt Ross Red Hulk. So yeah, quite a big difference. Okay, so this section of the video, I have the camera pulled back a little bit further, and I gotta stretch out to reach the figure. But what I'm gonna try to do is show you guys how well the wings can move, right? What does the articulation look like with Sam and, flying around on these wings? What can he do? So, oops, see, like I don't have this head secured on there very well. Like this, just can't get it to stay on there. Okay, but anyway, he can hinge his head up, so if he's flying around, that actually works out really well there. So let's see, the folding of the wings. So the articulation, we could fold all the way in that much. That is pretty crazy there. Then you also get that point there, so you could fold in that much there. You got this other part there, so you could fold down that much there. So if you fold each piece, you could see you can get him covered up with these wings pretty darn well. Well, I guess depending on how you choose to do it there. Now, that's also, you know, we have that ratcheted effect with the wings, so similar to Falcon. So you can get the wings all the way up this high there. Look how high that goes. And then as far down as there on the wing. So let's see. Let's do the opposites here with these two pieces. So this is the backpack perfectly straight on his back, and that's the difference that you can get in the two wing pieces with that ratcheting section there. So that is pretty good. Now, folding backwards, you can also fold all these pieces back as well. So getting them into flight poses, you can kind of curve out the wings a bit there, or however you want to do it to get them into some flight poses, which is cool. Now, I had seen something before on, you know, covering up. I guess it's just a matter of like how you position, probably how you position these things. So if we go all the way up, okay, let's do that. So all the way up on the backpack piece, hold on. So you can cover up and then he's fully protected. So I have to look, I don't remember if it was in the trailer or where it was, but you know, covering him up, but you can't really, you know, I don't know how you would really put the shield on there. Let's see if I do fold that clip out down and just like stick it on there. You could do something like that. I forget kind of how it was in I think it was it the trailer, or was it Falcon and the Winter Soldier, in which, you know, the wings were folded a certain way, and then if you use the shield, you can kind of fully cover them in there. Maybe if it was like on top or something, you know, I guess you can kind of do that. But there's no way to like secure the shield to it or anything like that. And let's say you hinge it down one, probably makes a little bit more sense. So you just, I guess, have to use your imagination on how you're going to kind of get that to fit on there. But the wings move really well there. So I don't encourage kind of how I was doing it, how I was ratcheting those wings. I would highly encourage, instead of wearing those pieces down, to probably unpeg them and then move them around on this backpack piece, you know, until you get it into the position that you're really looking for. As you can see, you know, we've got those two little notches. Those can kind of get worn down very quickly if you're constantly, you know, ratcheting those wings around. So just keep that in mind as you kind of do that there. So that is the wing movement. And I think it is actually really, really good. So now we're going to switch gears and we're going to do the articulation for Sam without the wings, without the backpack piece there. So again, he could look all the way up, which is great for flight poses, but that head sculpt really wasn't on there very secure because I don't like the way they did that. They just made it really tight, which is kind of crazy. But he'll still fly around without the full helmet on there, and you can see he can look outwards somewhat. You can look... pop that up. Pop that. This head comes off a little too easy. He can look that much down there without popping that head off. You get full rotation in there. Not really any pivot going on. The shoulder, you can get the shoulder to go up, out that much there. You get a full rotation in there. You got an upper bicep swivel there. Double jointed elbow like so. You got wrists that swivel and hinge. Standard horizontal hinge on the fists, as well as the open hands that Sam comes with. We have an ab crunch on there, so Sam can crunch forward that much there. Not a huge amount. He can crunch back that much there, which is good. You got a waist swivel in there. There is this floating belt piece, and I forgot to mention that belt piece is the same from the previous Captain America figure. Legs go out that far apart. He can kick forward that far there, which is good. The leg goes back a little ways there, which is also nice. You got the upper thigh swivel there. You got a double jointed knee gives you that much bend there at the knee, but I feel like that back of that boot might cut into the back of the leg a little bit, so be careful when bending that around. There's no calf swivel or anything on that boot. You get a foot that hinges down that much there. You can get some hinge up, but you have to work it over that boot. And it's not going to give you a whole lot, but you can work it somewhat. You got ankle pivot and peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So pretty good articulation. One thing that I want to double check also, because I mentioned this earlier and I didn't actually look at this, shame on me, is because we got different hip pieces on there and I feel like he might be a little bit taller. No, he ends up being about the same height, which is a bit odd. I would have thought he would have been a little bit, maybe he's got a little bit of height on him. So it's close. It is close, but I think we do get a little bit. Now, see, there it looks to be about the same. I was hoping he'd be a little bit taller. Because I just feel like these Captain America figures, he's not really bulk enough. At least the Sam Wilson ones, like the original Falcon figure, I just felt was very undersized. And I feel like the previous Captain America was a little bit, and kind of the same here. I don't think it looks terrible, but I think, he should be a little bit bulkier, in my opinion. And then the waist comes down. I think it comes in a little too much. It should be a little bit wider, in my opinion, but I'm also not the anatomy expert, so I couldn't tell you for sure. To me, it just looks a little bit narrow compared to like the hips. But otherwise, I think it looks pretty good, and I think the wings are pretty awesome. One thing that I did not see coming was the fact that I think out of the three figures, I actually think the Falcon figure is the best one. Something about the greens. I think they just kind of executed the figure really nicely, whereas they had to start over completely new. Whereas Captain America, we've already had a Captain America figure already. The Red Hulk, yes, it's all new. We've had several other Hulk-type figures, but for this Joaquin Torres, this is the first Joaquin Torres Falcon figure, and the first really good Falcon Marvel Legends figure, MCU-wise, that we've gotten. We had the Sam Wilson one, but again, that one, wasn't very good. It was very undersized, and the wings didn't articulate in any way. Whereas this one, we get really nice articulated wings that are sculpted really nice. Some crazy good sculpt work in the wings. And the figure is really nice. I really like it. I feel like it's a very solid size build-wise, and everything like that. So I'm very happy with it. So you guys let me know, how would you rank the three figures here? For me, it's going to go Falcon, Captain America, then Red Hulk. Only because the Harrison Ford likeness, it not being there, does suck. Now, I understand that, the CGI likeness to Harrison Ford would have been completed probably way later. Like, even if you look at the back of the box of Red Hulk, that doesn't look anything like Harrison Ford, and that's what Hasbro has to go off of, because that's the information that's given to them from Marvel. It's just one of those unfortunate casualties of it. Like, if we want a true one that looks closer to Harrison Ford, it's likely going to come out way after the movie, and we would rather have figures released around the time of the movie, right? I think so. And then keep in mind, yes, even with the delays, the figures themselves had gotten delayed. We're in the old style packaging, and these were probably ready a long time ago. But again, I rank Falcon number 1, Cap number 2, Red Hulk number 3. Let me know your ranking. Okay, and to close this off, having some fun, I'm using the Voltron sword there to kind of, picture like he threw the shield, which is not hard. It's just hard to do when doing photography because I'm all like shaking like crazy. But a lot of fun with the Captain America figure. It's such an improvement over the previous ones that we had gotten for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The wings are just so nice. The silver paint, thank God we got the silver paint, not the cheap looking plastic that looks so bad. But I'm really liking this Captain America figure. Definitely like it more than I thought I would. Falcon was definitely the big surprise. I thought Red Hulk was going to be like my favorite figure of the wave. It's not a bad figure by any means necessary. It's just Falcon came out really good. Captain America came out really good. Red Hulk just came out good, I guess. Like, the knees, it's a thick leg, so the knees are kind of a bit wonky, when kind of bending them out. They're very stiff on the knees as well. That might just be an issue copy with mine. Then the Harrison Ford, not having the Harrison Ford likeness does suck. Not that the two head sculpts that we got are terrible. They just, don't look like Harrison Ford. But, hopefully the movie is good. We shall see. I'm assuming tickets will probably go on sale here pretty soon since the movie comes out on Valentine's Day, and here we are at the beginning of 2025. So Happy New Year, everybody. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the Sam Wilson Captain America figure. I'm actually really, really liking liking it. Really happy with the way it came out, but you guys give me your thoughts down in the comments below on if you're going to pick it up. Again, Big Bad Toy Store is going to be processing pre-orders pretty soon. Amazon, I think, should have it in stock, so I'll have links in the video description below if you're looking to pick up the Captain America Brave New World figures of Red Hulk, Falcon, Joaquin Torres, and Captain America, Sam Wilson. Again, if you guys like this video, please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and as always, thank you for watching.